I'm super excited to be here. I, of course, miss being on campus and being able to see the students live rather than, on a computer screen. However, technology is such a blessing in times like this where we can still see each other face to face and, be as interactive as possible. So I'll get started. My name is Emily Grice. I am our HR manager at Sobel Company in Livingston, New Jersey. We are a mid-sized CPA firm, traditional CPA firm. We have areas of tax, audit, forensic accounting, valuation, some consulting, forensic accounting. So we have, a wide range of areas, practice areas within the firm. A little bit about myself. So I am a centenary college graduate. I went to school in New Jersey. I graduated in 2012. So seems like forever ago. I majored in business with a concentration in human resources. Upon graduating, I worked for ADP, the payroll company, and I was selling HR services to CPA firms across New Jersey. So I come from a family of CPAs. So I was around it my whole life. And then when I was working with CPAs, I was like, you know what, this is really an area that I'd love to, work in. So I was out selling some payroll services to our CPA firms, and one of the firms, or human resources services, I should say, and Sobel Company said, in my meeting with them where I was trying to sell them service, they said, we can either buy this service or we can hire somebody to do the job. And in that moment, I was like, okay, buy the service, right? So I get commission for it, but then cancel the service and hire me. So I ended up building a really great relationship with Sobel Co at that time. And they did end up not using the service, but they did end up hiring someone to fill the role to do the job that they needed. And here I am today. That being said, I'm a mom. I have a 1.5-year-old daughter. So if you hear her in the background, my sincerest apologies. She's with a babysitter, but you never know what you're going to hear. I also have another on the way. So I have a daughter and I'm having a son. So we'll have one of each. I, in my free time, love to spend it with my family, with my friends. I love to do anything outdoors. This is my favorite season. I am a spooky season person. So I love the fall. I love Halloween. I love everything about it. So I'm enjoying this time of year thoroughly. I wish we'd get a little bit cooler. I know people don't like that because they like the warmth, but I like that fall crisp air. So that being said, I'd love to dive a little bit deeper into who we are as a firm. Just some insight into who we are. And then I'm going to talk about opportunities that we have for college students and those that are graduating. So I can see most of you. So just with a show of hands, can you raise your hand if you have heard a presentation from Sobel Co before and are familiar with the firm? 2, 3. So everybody's a new one except for 3 people. That's awesome. Okay, so I love that because you don't know what you don't know. So let me inspire you with some knowledge, right? So, okay, so I'm going to share my screen in just a second. I'm going to go through a quick presentation and then I'm going to open it up for a Q&A. I really like interactive, calls. So I really want this to be very open. If you do have a question while I'm going through the presentation, please come off of mute and ask it at any time. All right, so. It's saying the host disabled participant screen share. Do I need to send the host the presentation?
Can you try it again, please?
Yep. There we are. Okay. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So a couple things that I'm going to go over today is who we are. I'm going to talk about our core values, our culture. I'm going to discuss our internship program, which is, I'm sure is what most of you are interested in at this point. And then I'll go through some advice for future accountants. And I see there's a message in the chat. Oh, thank you. Okay, so a little bit of history about our firm. So Sobel Co was founded in 1956 by Bernard Sobel in East Orange. In 1990, we moved to our current location that we're at today in Livingston, and we've been here ever since. In 1996, Alan Sobel was named our managing partner and is still currently our managing partner today. He's a very hands-on managing partner, so he likes to get to know everybody on a personal level, which is really nice. Aside from our tremendous amounts of organic growth that we've had over the years, we've had 8 mergers that have really helped to enhance the firm's growth. Most recently, we acquired Weber Shapiro, and they were in Woodcliff Lake, New Jersey. And we actually now have another office because of them. So we kept their office in Woodcliff Lake. Okay, so we have 23 partners, 127 staff through manager level, or senior manager level, I should say. 16 people make up our Sobel Tenary Economics Group, which is a subsidiary of Sobel Co, who work on personal injury and wrongful death. There's 6 in our valuations group and 9 of counsel, which are retired partners who still work on client engagements, daily. So Alineo Global is the association of accounting firms that we belong to, and we lean on them for 8 key impact areas. So L&D, learning and development, HR, international connection, technical support, communities of practice, marketing, IT, and practice management. So the services that we offer, we have our audit and accounting department, our tax department, client accounting services, which are our smaller clients that we just do some back office bookkeeping for, but also tax work, consulting, forensic accounting, litigation support, valuation and strategy, and then STAG, which I mentioned before. We have some niche areas at the firm, construction, manufacturing, and distribution. Our largest niche area is nonprofit and social services, entrepreneurial and family-owned businesses, retail services and wholesale, specifically grocery stores, real estate, professional services, technology and telecommunications, media, and franchise. Now, our core values are really near and dear to our heart. We live these out every single day as an organization, and we ask that our people also live these out, in their lives. So we use the acronym ENCOURAGE, which stands for ethical and trustworthy behavior, which in this industry, you all, I'm sure, know is of the utmost importance. No compromise on quality, care about your people and your community, outstanding client service, understand diversity, reach for responsibility, allow yourself to be passionate about your career, growth and learning, and to encourage each other to fulfill these core values. So our culture, so some things have obviously changed given the world that we're living in with COVID. So we've tried our best to replicate our culture in a hybrid work environment. We have a fun committee that puts on fun events throughout the year, whether they are in person, if they can be, or virtual. Giving back to the community. So we've been awarded New Jersey's monthly Great Oaks Award, which is a community service award. We offer competitive benefits and advantages. We've been awarded best places to work in New Jersey for the last 10 years in a row. We have a DE&I committee that is our largest initiative at the firm right now. And then performance at large, which is our performance management program that really helps to, motivate people to, constantly grow and learn. So some fun things. When we are in person, we have a lot of themed lunches. We do a lot of healthy initiatives, even in a COVID world, remotely. We offer some tax season stress relief and fun events during our busiest time of year. And then we have a digital bulletin board, which is called Hoop Board, which is like our social media for our employees. So it's a place where our people can share, if they bought a house or had a baby or got their CPA, if they passed their CPA exam, anything that they want to share that's really exciting. this is a place for that. So in the virtual workplace, we've implemented some new things. So we have monthly firm-wide calls that we go over COVID-19 updates. We have a section on diversity, equity, and inclusion. We celebrate birthdays and work anniversaries, and then we have some fun. So after every call is over, we either have a happy hour, we have entertainment, we play a game. It just depends on the month. We've also implemented communities, which are at random. So there's 10 people per community, and they meet on a monthly basis to do something fun. They can meet virtually, they can meet outside, socially distanced if they choose. But it's a place like if you were to run into the kitchen and there were a couple people standing in there, waiting in line to get coffee in the morning, we're trying to create that atmosphere where you just bump into someone and spike up a conversation. We also have some COVID friendly social activities. So last year we did a trunk or treat that was socially distanced. We're hopefully doing that again this year. We did a parking lot party, just trying to be in person and as safe as possible, as much as possible. And then we have fun Fridays, where on Fridays we dress up. There's a themed Friday every Friday, and it's fun. I think this Friday is like Hawaiian Day or something like that. So the next slides are some pictures of pre-COVID and some post, current COVID photos of fun things that we did. And, the pre-COVID ones, hopefully we'll get back to at some point. I'm just going to kind of go through these. So this was our trunk or treat last year. There's on the left, my daughter and I dressed up as Hawaiian and pineapple, a hula, I don't know what you're gonna call it, and a pineapple. And my daughter was matching our, one of our managers in our audit department. Her daughter was also pineapple, so that was fun. So giving back to the community, we have a philanthropy committee. We have an annual Sobel Co Day of Service where our office shuts down and we give back to the community. Pre-COVID, we had quarterly blood drives, which we are hoping to bring back. Food and toy drives throughout the year. We collect for various charities. And like I mentioned before, we were awarded New Jersey's monthly Great Oaks Award, which is a community service award. So these are some pictures from our days of service in the years past where we shut down. This was our last pre-COVID day of service. I didn't upload our picture from this year, but we were able to do a day of service this year. And like I also mentioned, some bragging rights. So we've been awarded best places to work in New Jersey for the last 10 years in a row. I'm waiting for the 2021 logo. So that's why it's missing. So benefits and advantages. So working for, our firm, we have competitive compensation. We have the ability for all of our people to participate in an incentive bonus program. We offer substantial benefits. We offer a gym reimbursement, tuition reimbursement. We have a dress for your day policy. There's a chance to specialize in functional or niche areas. We give, each individual attention, including a mentoring program. We are committed to each person's success. We offer summer hours in the summer, and then obviously the ability to participate in firm initiatives from entry level on. So some internship opportunities. So we have a tax season internship, which falls during the spring semester, and a summer internship, which falls during the summer. The tax internship, there's two different internships. One requires a tax class already taken, and one does not. We look for someone who has the ability to work at minimum 3 days per week. Sometimes we'll, be okay with 2, depending on, the candidate. The one that you don't need a tax class for is basically you'd be scanning and processing returns. And the one that you do need a tax class for is you actually prepare 1099s and doing some bookkeeping. The summer audit internship, I'm sorry, let me go back a second. Both of those internships, there's opportunities for freshmen and up. So there's opportunity, the scan internship is for those, obviously, like I said, who haven't taken the tax class, typically are freshmen and sophomores. And then One for those who have taken a tax class is usually for juniors and seniors. We also have a summer audit internship, which is for juniors, so those going into their senior year, and master students. That one is Monday through Thursday with Fridays off, and you would be working on audits of nonprofits and employee benefit plans. You're also responsible for a philanthropy project. So the day of service is organized by our summer audit interns. So if the interview process for either internship, so if you're interested in any of the internships, we are going to be on campus virtually on Friday for on-campus interviews, but I think the slots are already full. So if you did not register for on-campus interviews and you are interested in any of the internships, please email me your resume at the end of this presentation. My email's at the end. First round is with me. If it's for the scan internship, it's a 1-round interview. If it's for a tax prep internship, you have a 2nd round. And if it's for audit, you also have a 2nd round. We're making offers pretty quickly, so not a long time to wait. So just some insight as far as mid-size versus big 4. So the types of clients that you work on, getting exposure to all practice areas and industries. The areas that you'll work on during an engagement, you'll see, everything through. You have direct partner interaction, and then the most obvious is the hours. Life as a staff accountant, so there's lots of training, different types of assignments that you're working on, client location. So right now, most of our clients are working, having us work virtually, but for us, everyone is in New Jersey. Busy season, so we ask for 55 to 60 hours during busy season, nothing crazy. You'd be working with multiple different supervisors, but we also really encourage that work-life balance. So careers in accounting, you can go into public accounting, you can go into the private industry, you can go into education, and you can go into governments. These are your options with an accounting degree as to where you can go. So I'm sure this is nothing that's new to you guys, but the CPA exam, there's 4 parts: reg, financial, audit, and business. So start studying right away. The sooner you start studying, the better you're going to do. And also, if you haven't already started planning for the 150 credits, I encourage you to do that as well. So that is the end of our presentation. Follow us on social media. And here's my information. If anyone is interested in applying to the internship, I'll leave this page up for a couple minutes so you can write this down. And then I'm going to open it up to any questions. Any questions?
Well, I have a question. If the interns for the students who interned at Sobel Co, would you mind sharing your experiences?
So I think on here we have Emily Sickinger was an intern. Do we have anyone else that was an intern with us on this call?
Yeah, Robert's here.
Where's Robert?
He's hiding, but he's here.
Oh, there he is. I don't see his face, but there's his name.
I was a tax intern. I guess it was last year.
I think 2 years.
I don't know. It was right before COVID, but I was a tax intern, and it was a good experience. I got to see a lot of different types of returns. Everyone was really like hands-on with the learning, and everybody was really, really friendly. So I got to do actually some work in the forensic department too, when it was a little bit slower at the beginning with tax. So yeah, it was a good experience. I would definitely recommend.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can also comment. So I was part of the scanning intern program because I interned as a sophomore, so I didn't have a tax class yet. And it's definitely a great experience, especially, since a lot of sophomores and freshmen can't get those auditing internships and other tax internships, but it's definitely a great experience. Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Does anyone have any questions? Did anybody apply for the on-campus interviews? No? I have a full schedule, so I don't know where they're coming from. No?
I guess I'll ask a question. So do you
Sure.
guys have a timeline of when you guys like might be starting to do in-person things for like candidates or in
So our internships are fully in person. So we are not doing remote internships. We are encouraging our staff to come back at minimum once a week. However, our interns, we are asking them to fully be in person. The fun events, though, I will tell you, hopefully those will be coming back, you know, as soon as we can. We're being a little bit more cautious with that because we need to keep our people healthy. But for work and intern purposes, we're in person. Good question, though. Is everybody here like upperclassmen, or are there some freshmen and sophomores in here?
There's about quarter of each, but mostly senior upperclassmen of juniors, seniors, and graduate students.
Okay.
Of freshmen and sophomore.
Good. Can I see a show of hands of who has an internship for the spring semester already? 1, 2, 3. What about for summer? 1, 2, 3. Nice. So there's definitely people who don't have internships yet. So send me your resumes. We will help you as much as we can. And any questions that you guys have that maybe you just don't want to ask on here, I'd be happy to answer for you. Okay.
I have a question. Do you guys have anything finance related, or is it all just accounting?
It's all accounting.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
For an intern, in the future, you know, for experienced and full-time staff, there's an opportunity to get involved in, you know, some finance work. However, for interns, it's just accounting. So just tax or audit. Anything else? No? All right, well, best of luck to all of you guys. And if you need anything, you have my information. And like I said, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have, get you set up with an interview. We're a great place to work. So I think you have a great experience.
Thank you so much. I will be sending them your email as well. And
Thank you. Great.
I'm sure some of the BAP members who will be interviewing with you on campus or online is from BAP. So hopefully they get an internship from Sobel. Sobel is really nice. They're very, very family oriented. As far
Yes.
as I know from the interviews or the recruiting that I've been involved in with Sobel Co. So thank you so much for today.
Great. Great. And thank you, Donald. That was such a nice message. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay. Everyone's leaving.
Quinn,
Yes. Hi, Professor.
how are you? I
Yeah.
know you're busy.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought this was gonna run till 5:30 or so.